Hey, it's me. So Chinu is in the hospital and I am out walking around Insadong by myself, which, to be honest, isn't awesome, but I mean, it's nice. It's a pretty area. There's very cool shops behind me. They sell a lot of handmade and handicraft things, and my understanding, though I could be wrong, is that there's a hanok village up ahead here, and then hence the people dressed in hanbok, which is the traditional Korean clothing, for those of you who do not know. So Chinu will have to stay in the hospital at least overnight. We're hoping that he will be well enough and they will discharge him tomorrow. Right now they're giving him intravenous antibiotics. And he is hacking up along. He's in a shared room. So there are 4 other patients in the same room, although contrary to what you see in the dramas, when you're in like a group room like that in the dramas, there are no curtains or anything around the individual patient beds, and that is in fact not the case, at least in the hospital that we're at, so that's good. But he was kind of hoping that he would, by coughing so much, and it's gross, to be honest with you, that the other patients would be so mortified that they would request being moved to another room so he would be by himself. Originally there were 2 other patients, and the pretty handbook. There's a lot of them. Oh, that one's pretty. It's got sparkles on it. That is definitely not traditional in any way. And there's so many hat stores. I've literally passed 14 of them. So I guess hats are a big thing. Although I've never seen anybody wearing them, so I don't know what they do with them. Oh, yes, I do. I see the traditional village over there. So this will be interesting. Anyway, originally there were 2 patients in the room, which is 2 old gentlemen that were sick, and their wives were with them. And the way that it works apparently is that, so I had to go through all of this rigmarole to be able to even get in to see him. I had to go through COVID testing and all that. In one of the other videos I talked about. Oh, look how cool this is. So what happens is, if you are, and in fact I still have mine, I kept it. I have my little, which you cannot see because I'm not pointing the camera at myself, but let's see if I can show it. This basically proves that I am Chinu's guardian and that I am allowed into the hospital. So generally speaking, once you go through the whole process of being tested and proving that you're not going to bring all kinds of stuff into the hospital, you can come in, but you have to stay. You can't, it's not like in the US where you come in there for visiting hours, you come and visit for a little while, then you go away and you come back. They were like, if she comes in, she's gonna stay, and they're like beds in every. Next to every hospital bed, there's like a little chair that converts into a bed. And so your one guardian comes to the hospital with you, and they basically stay with you like 24/7. And as much as I love my husband, I really could not see myself sleeping in the hospital. So my whole point of telling you all this, as I'm getting kind of sidetracked here, is that there are two older gentlemen that were in either one bed. One bed was the one on his left, and there was one directly across from him. Two older gentlemen and their wives, their guardians, and they stay there with them. And these men apparently are just like horrible to their wives. And Chinu is saying that he was like one of the guys was just like yelling and screaming, and his wife is taking such good care of him, like dope, doting on like every whim of this man, and he was just being incredibly awful to her. So anyway, needless to say, I'm not staying in the hospital with him tonight. He has assured me that he will call me if anything of any note comes up. And how do you get into the Hanok village? This is very strange. I'll go down here. So I will be on my own. So I figured, as long as I have nothing else to do, rather than sitting in the hotel room by myself, feeling sorry for myself, I will go out and walk around. So here I am. This is very pretty. This is the Hanok. It's like a cultural site, historical cultural site. They maintain it. It looks like it might be closed now, so that may be why I can't find the entrance. And my understanding is that when you visit these cultural heritage sites, if you're dressed in hanbok, you get in for free. Not that it's like outrageously expensive to get in. I think the palace, which we have not been to yet, I want to say that if you're not wearing a hanbok and you have to pay to get in, I want to say it's like $5. It's not like extortion like it is in the U.S. But it's kind of fun because there are a lot of places that rent the hanbok, and you go in and they'll rent it to you for a few hours for like $10 or something like that, and you get to dress up and wear it and take pictures, and it's supposed to be very cool. So hopefully we will get to do that. So this area again is called Insadong, and it is actually where we were supposed to stay. I had booked a hotel here originally, and then we ended up changing our itinerary slightly, and so we had to switch hotels. And now we're in Myeongdong, but this is where we were supposed to stay, and it's a very cool area. It seems like there's a lot to do. In Myeongdong, where we're staying, there are a lot of bars and stuff like that, which is fine. But here, it's more like traditional shops, and it looks like a lot of tea houses, and again, a lot of hat stores for some reason. So now, since I just kind of walked around, oh, this is interesting. I wonder what this is. This is some sort of fancy building. Let's see if we can find a sign that will tell us what it is. It looks like an official building, like maybe something to do with the government, but I'm not 100% sure. Although actually, I don't know. Those flags don't look very official. So I'm not sure what that would be. We'll check it out. I headed over to this area around about the time people were getting out of work, which actually I find very interesting because I was like, well, I don't know, I guess it was about 5:30. So I find very interesting though because everything that I've heard oh my god. I saw somebody carrying a donut box. The donuts here are supposed to be really good. So if you believe what you see in all the dramas and things like that, political sign. People work until 8 o'clock at night, and then they go out and drink. However, as I was walking over here from the hospital, it was about 5:30, and there were a lot of people out. So I don't know if the dramas are just sort of exaggerating the work culture here, but there were a lot of people who were leaving early, if that's the case. Which good for them, to be honest. Bread and coffee. Alright, I'm sort of heading back in the right direction. Chicken house. The chicken here is amazing, by the way. The fried chicken, specifically. I haven't had what I would consider proper fried chicken. Like, again, I see in the movies and in dramas. However, the fried chicken I did have was excellent. Oh, pretty $10. So you can rent that for approximately $8. A little less than $8, I guess. But they're so pretty. Oh. And a Baskin-Robbins. I may have to say goodbye for the moment because Baskin-Robbins is famous. So Baskin-Robbins, even though their sign shows that it's 31, because we know it is 31 flavors, right? Baskin-Robbins in Korea has 100 flavors. And I think I'm gonna have to try some. Simply because I can. This isn't the one we want to go to though. The one we want to go to is in Gangnam, and they have a whole fondue set. They give you little balls of all of the different ice creams and like a big pot of chocolate, and you dip them in. So cannot wait for that. However, I'm just going in here and getting something to eat right now. I will be back in a bit.
Later.
I'm back again. So a couple of observations. First of all, I got my chocolate ice cream at Baskin-Robbins, and it was delicious. That is a cool building. You can see it very well. Probably over here. I know it's got this weird, almost like flying buttresses up the side of it. It's pretty cool. Another cool thing. I have no idea what it is. If you look across over there, I'm not going to go across the road. But if you can look and see, if I zoom in, there's like a field or a park or something like that. And there are these gigantic balls. Oh, and I see a traditional Korean house over there too. Cool. The risk of offending anybody watching this, Russians are just like too much. When I was in Baskin-Robbins, a couple came in behind me. Well, he cut in front of me in line, but whatever. And couldn't speak a word of Korean, which is fine. It happens. And the poor guy behind the counter was trying to understand what they were saying, and he was trying to speak to him in English. And they were getting so angry at him, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? It's just ice cream, calm down. Anyway, and then I was very proud of myself. And I did all of my own ordering in Korean. I think he was very surprised. And then I walked out with my ice cream and I was eating it, and then it occurred to me that walking and eating in Korea is actually like verboten. So it's not verboten, but you do get funny looks. In fact, as I was walking, these two older guys came barreling out of a building. They were probably intoxicated. 아니요. Came barreling out of the building, probably intoxicated. And just going, "Aigu," which is sort of a weird, like, oh my gosh kind of thing that old men say. And I was like, dude, let me eat my ice cream in peace, will you please? So I ate my ice cream in peace. I got to a place where I could actually sit down. So I sat down and I politely finished my ice cream. And then realized that I'm really far away from the only trash barrel that I've seen. It very well could be the only trash barrel in South Korea. Outside. Because I legitimately have not seen anywhere. So anyway, I'm walking back down Insadong Street, which is the street I was saying is very cute. And this is kind of a cute area over here. And there's a Haribo factory or museum or something like that in there. I forget, but I did not go in. But they have all these sorts of little, like, crafty places. That's kind of kitschy, but there are some beautiful, there's some beautiful artwork. Oh, more hats. And some of the clothing is very pretty and very cheap. Like that skirt is about 15,000 won. It's probably about $12 or $13. Oh, here's some pretty artwork. Actually, I don't know. It kind of looks like that's not actually what that is. I take that back. Pretty hanbok. I did walk around in there. There's some really pretty ceramics, things like that. Oh, this stuff was really beautiful. It's all hand painted, and it's stunning. I love those umbrellas hanging from the back. They're all hand painted, gorgeous. I may come back. Here's the ceramic store. There's some pretty. Oh, some of those are really pretty. They have these cute little ducks and dogs. There's some more art. Again, beautiful. There's an embroidery store. And then randomly, there's this like place with like K-pop and idol calendars. Because why not? Like I would put my trash with this trash because that seems appropriate, but it's all wrapped up. Oh, look, see, there's another hat store. I've also seen the only store that was legitimately called a souvenir store. And it was exactly what it sounds like. It had all sorts of cheesy, probably made in China souvenirs. They had those cats with the arm that goes up and down. Probably have seen them if you've gone to a Chinese restaurant in the past 20 years. And I thought, why do you have those? That has nothing to do with Korea as far as I know. I've been wrong before, but... Oh, so this is one of the things I want to do. And come back with Chinu, is that you can make chops. And basically they're old-fashioned name stamps. It used to be, actually, I think, again, if you believe Korean dramas and movies, people actually still use chops. Like in business, you bring your chop to a business meeting, for example, and use it. You would sign with your hands with a pen, but you would also stamp it. And it's apparently still a thing. And I think it's cool. Oh my goodness, look at the Jesus statues. Oh, if I could only get that in my bag on the way home. Actually, there's a lot of Buddhas.
This one is $20.
And I like this fish. This fish wind chime I like. How much is he? Let's see. It's only 30,000 won. That's cheap. But it's I don't know, 25, 26 bucks. These are really beautiful. These are traditional hanbok as well. Craft. I like that skirt actually. And these fun, like completely fishnet socks, which seems like would be uncomfortable to be honest with you, but kind of a cool idea. Okay, so now we're going back toward the end. Well, still a ways to go, but I have yet to see an area in Seoul where people can walk and there are no cars. It seems that cars are allowed everywhere. We went to Namdaemun well, it's called traditional market, but Nandimu market yesterday, which is where I had my glasses made. Which, by the way, what do you think? They're my real glasses. Oops. My real glasses, the ones I had made in the States. I didn't usually when I have them made in the States. It takes like a week for my eyes to adjust, and these were perfect. My eyes didn't need to adjust at all. I was amazed. Anyhow, Namdima Market. It's a market with like stalls like on either side, and it's like these little narrow paths. And you'll be walking, and there'll be a fucking truck coming down, like, and you have to move, and it's crazy. Ooh, what's this? This looks like glass. Oh, it's the place where they have like hair scrunchies and stuff. So yeah, you'd be walking, and all of a sudden this like truck will come out of nowhere. And people don't care. They're like, just like, okay, whatever. Guess that's happening. They really, I don't know that they have a concept of pedestrian areas, pedestrian zones. I don't know why. I like that little shirt with the elephant on it. He's very cute. Oh, it's a sweater. Ooh. Squid Game. These are the little things they had in Squid Game. For those of you who watched it, they're like, the goal is to break the candy. I forget what it's called. It's with a D. Forget. Ooh, what's up there? Should I walk up there? Why the hell not? Nothing else to do. So if you haven't watched Squid Game, you should, because it's amazing. The new season comes out next year, I think. They're going to start filming it this year. But in Squid Game, one of the games that they play, I won't give it away if you haven't watched it, but one of the games that they play is, now this is just all bars and stuff. I don't care about this. Is they have to, the goal of the game is to take one of those candies. It's just sugar. And they stamp a, what am I trying to say? Like a design on it, like either like a star or maybe like an animal or something. And the goal is to be able to get the candy from around the shape without breaking the shape. And if you don't, in Squid Game, hilarity ensues. However, in real life, I think you just eat it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't want to go there. That's alright. I'll figure it out. I am not going to go eat anywhere by myself, so I will just, I guess, walk back, because that's not weird. Carrying my little empty ice cream cup. I look a psycho. That I'm walking with my video, talking to myself. People are starting to notice. Dalgona, I think is what that's called. The candy. I'm gonna get one, but I saw some yesterday in Nandimun that look much better than those. So there was a little man on a stool, just like in a little alleyway, making them right there on the sidewalk. And if I hadn't been sort of in a hurry to get back to Chinook because he wasn't feeling well, then I probably would have gotten one, but I didn't, so I'll have to go back there. It's not far from the hotel. Oh, I actually ordered my first food delivery today by myself. So I was at the hospital at lunchtime, which you knew, and they brought his lunch. And I posted a picture of it. It actually looked amazing, like way better than like food you would get at an American hospital. But he tried and he said it was very bland, which I guess makes sense. If you're in the hospital, you probably don't want to be eating a lot of spicy stuff. There was kimchi. I don't know if he tried it or not, but in any event, he wasn't particularly happy. But he also wasn't very hungry, so it was fine. But I felt bad when I had to go back to the hotel to get his medication, his regular medication that he takes. And when I was coming back, I thought, oh, why don't I'll bring him something to eat. And cool. I'll get him something to eat. So I got my little Korean art. Oh, Insa, Korea. That's cool. Oh, this is it. Traditional souvenir shop. And you could say it's all tchotchkes. So I got my little app out. Oh, okay, what do we think? Do we think this shit's real or not? I'm not. I don't know about that. But anyway. I got out my little Korean ordering app. And I ordered him some kimchi stew. And a little rice bowl. And I forget what else. Some spicy stuff to go in the soup. And then they also gave me seaweed. And I forget what else was in there. Oh, some kimchi, obviously. And I had it delivered, and it was so fun. Like I went to the. It was like literally they gave me this 40-minute window, but like it arrived in like 10 minutes. And the little guy in his little hat on his little motorbike came into the hotel lobby. We validated that I was the right person using my app, and then he gave me my food and he left. And it was awesome. So I may do that for dinner, actually. Yeah, maybe I'll do that for dinner. All right, now I'm at a point where, okay, I think I came from this direction. Yes, because I peeled off there. All right, now we're back like on the main road. And now I'm going to be like even more. Oh my God, here it is. Here's the trash barrel. Recycling. There. I don't know if this can be recycled. Let's see. Spoon. I don't know if it can be recycled or not. So if I don't know, I have to put it in the trash, I guess. That legitimately, folks, is the only trash barrel in Korea. If I ever want to throw anything else away, I'm going to have to come all the way to Insadong to do it. All right. So now I'm back on the main drag. And I am probably going to just stop this video because, again, I look like a tourist. As if I don't stand it already, like a sore thumb. I said to Chinu, I said, oh, maybe even though I'm not supposed to like go in and out of the hospital, I said, maybe I can like put on some dark sunglasses and my hat, and they won't even know, nobody will even notice. And we laughed. When I was sitting waiting for them to let me go up to see him. Oh, I see Daiso. I'm going to go in there. I was waiting for them to tell me what my test result was so I could go up and see him. And as I was sitting there, just random people were coming up to me and practicing their English, I guess. Oh, 17 seconds. Let me run. It was really cute. These little Korean boys coming up to me and speaking to me in English, asking me questions that they really didn't care about the answer, I'm convinced, but It was cute. Okay, I'm gonna go into Daiso and spend some money, I guess. And I will provide an update on Chin's well-being as soon as I have one. Thank you for joining me on my little walk, kept me company. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.